Hey everybody, here we have 3 additional computers to do the AMD Ryzen 3 2200G platform upgrade to. Got an E-machine system on the left, a Dell system in the center, and an Acer machine on the right. In this video I'm going to go through and just do a simple power on test of these things, see if there's anything wrong with the existing hardware, and see if they're upgradable. Okay, let's go start with the E-machine system. Now this up front, this is actually not a stock E-machine. This is actually a refurb system that I sold to these people many years ago. Like 2014 or 2015, sometime back when. And we're just going to have a look inside. See what's currently in there. Oh yeah, so what's in there right now is actually the Intel Core 2 Duo, I think. Not sure how much RAM it has. Could be 2 gigabytes DDR2, not 100% certain. May have 3. Not sure what size hard drive we have. It's probably one that it's probably, I think it might be a 250 gig that I slapped in there. Power supply is many years old. I recapped it years ago, and as far as I know it still works, but I'm going to probably replace it with the upgrade because it's got a lot of age on it. And these Allieds were not known to be the exact best power supplies. But I will say that the motherboard that's in there could still be reused for a basic M machine for somebody. Offers lots of I/O, lots of USB 2. That might be a gigabit LAN port. I'm not 100% certain on that. I think this thing is running Windows 10. So what we'll do is we're going to plug it up and start it and see how everything does. If there's any sensitive information on the desktop, I'll have to blur out the screen, but we'll see what we get here. Yeah, my desk is just an absolute cluster right now. It's a mess. I gotta clean it up. Plug all these cables in. I'm not going to bother with the Ethernet. We're just doing a basic test just to make sure everything's still working. Because sometimes these people will put these things into a separate pile. So essentially, the client, what they'll do is any machine that's broken or any machine they is deemed ready to upgrade, they'll put into the out of service pile and then bring them to me at a certain time to have them upgraded. So that's why I'm doing these tests, is to see what's broken, if there's anything broken, just out of curiosity. I'm going to start this one up. I think this one was running Windows 10. Got the CD in the drive. Yeah, Windows 10 Pro. Gonna put this to the side. Yeah, this one seems to be working A-OK. One thing I do like about Windows 10 is it does, I do like the occasional change of your lock screen photo. Now this is under default settings. You can change it to have your own lock screen picture if you wish. But I have seen some quite nice photos get used for the lock screen. So yeah, this one seems to be working just fine. let me just get a quick look at the specs here. Long mouse. I have 3 mice here. Because my KVM switch is a PS2 KVM switch, and some of the computers I get in for service do not have PS2 ports, so I have to have a separate USB mouse. And also the QQ Plexi only has one PS2 port for the keyboard and not the mouse, so that's why I have 3 mice here. So we'll just go into properties. See what kind of specs we have. We have Windows 10 Pro, Intel Core 2 Duo processor, 2 gigs of RAM. Yeah, it's pretty basic end. So that's that. So this one, I guess they're just wanting to have it upgraded, which I can't blame them. The Ryzen 3 2200G with 8 gigs of RAM is certainly a whole lot better than this right here. Let this complete its shutdown. Okay, so that's that for the eMachine system. We know it is working okay, as is. So yeah, the power supply is working fine, but I'm going to probably swap in something a little bit better. Something that's probably a bit more reliable. So yeah, so far the 5 machines that I have done the upgrades to are working just fine. They're happy with them. Now, here is an interesting one. This Dell Vostro. Now, normally you think, why the heck are you trying to upgrade a Dell? Well, this particular Dell is not your garden variety Dell. Now, I'm going to actually do a separate video about this one too. This is a Vostro. We don't say anything other than Vostro on the front. Anyways, we're going to crack her open. See, most Dell machines are built to a proprietary standard to where you can upgrade them. However, this one seems to be a bit different. Okay, so inside here we have, get you a better view. So inside you have your motherboard, a graphics card that was factory installed by Dell, hard drive, optical drive, and a power supply. Now, one thing right away you may notice is how this power supply is not branded as a Dell power supply. A lot of times in Dell machines, everything from the motherboard to the power supply is branded Dell. That's not the case in this machine. This actually has a Light-On branded supply. Now, a lot of the supplies that you see branded as Dell are actually made by Light-On or Delta or Hypro, but they're just actually rebranded as Dell power supplies. Now, here's a few things I want you to take note of, particularly in the bottom of the machine here. You may notice our USB port, your USB header is standard. It's your standard design. It's not proprietary. In addition, we have a second USB, which is standard, not proprietary. You have down here your HD audio, which again appears to be standard pinout. Last but not least, the front panel header, which again appears to be standard pinout. That means this Dell chassis should accept a retail motherboard. With most Dell computers, this would be simply impossible. On the back, you can see that the system has, the chassis has a replaceable I/O shield plate. The CPU power connector is a standard 4-pin. Now these wires aren't your standard colors, but they're 12-volt leads. And the motherboard 24-pin connector is your standard 24-pin connector. It's not proprietary. Now with a lot of the newer Dell systems, and I'm talking Dells from like early 2000s up to late 2000s, that time period, up to the past few years for many machines, the power supply pinout is pretty much standard, but a lot of times the power supply form factor is a bit odd. But this one is standard. It's got your standard light on supply. So this machine should be very well upgradable. I don't think I'd have any issue dropping in one of those ASRock motherboards into this. Now, I'm not 100% certain if I'm going to upgrade this machine. I may just supply them another case from like an E-machines or whatnot for a system build. Or I may just upgrade this one. I might just do the upgrade on this. Haven't quite decided yet, but anyways, for now, let's go ahead and start it up and test it out. And I think one issue they did have with this machine is the graphics card cooling fan probably needs to be lubed or replaced. So this is it's a Core i3 processor. Machine originally had Windows 7. I think we upgraded it to Windows 10 at one point. Oh crap! It's a bee. Get out of the way. Nope. That's your graphics card fan. Yeah, fan is definitely not in good shape. That's why a lot of cases I prefer the GPU cooling to be passive. Because a lot of times these little bitty fans, they just don't last. But we're booting up into Windows, so I don't think there's actually anything wrong with this system other than that graphics card fan. Again, this graphics card was, I believe, factory installed by Dell, maybe as an upgrade option. Motherboard does have a DVI connector on the back though. It does like the machine's taking a while to boot into Windows though. There could be something going on with the hard disk. Okay, so the hard drive is actually in good health. It's not showing anything bad in crystal disk info. So it could be the case where the machine just needs a good wipe and reload. But we're going to be giving it the Ryzen upgrade anyway, so I say this machine checks out as okay as is. And again, the reason why I'm doing these checks is just to see if there's any failed components in the machine. Because sometimes I will reuse some components for refurbishing computers and stuff like that. So this one here is good to go. That fan sounds awful. I probably won't be using that graphics card in the in the refurbished machine. That thing sounds bad. Good riddance. Okay, so other than that blasted fan, this one seems okay. Maybe the fan's why they decided to put this thing in the upgrade pile. And you know the kind of slow running performances it has. Yeah, that would drive me insane. I wouldn't be able to put up with that. Yeah, I get pretty freaking tired of that real quick. Okay, now for the Acer. This machine was a refurb that I sold to them years ago. I think this one might still be running 7. If I'm not mistaken. So in this one we have a 250 gig hard drive. We have a retail Intel, I'm sorry, it is an ASRock motherboard for the Intel Socket 775. Probably one of the earlier ones. It mentions, you know, dual core CPU, blah blah blah, Conroe, Pressler. Yeah, this is pretty old. Matter of fact, this motherboard doesn't even have a 24-pin connector. It just has a 20-pin. I'm going to assume we have 2 gigs of RAM installed. DDR2, of course. So the fact this machine already has a retail board in it means we should have no problem doing upgrades. And this is one of my favorite cases from Acer. If you come across one of these cases, keep it. Use it for a system build. I mean, look at all the expansion you have in this thing. You can put up to 4 hard drives in this thing, plus 2 external 3.5-inch drives, plus 2 5.25-inch drives, plus your new motherboard to have maybe 1 or 2 M.2 slots on it. You could have you one heck of a nice machine. In the back, this is what we have for I/O. I don't think I showed you the Dell, but the Dell was kind of similar. I mean, we'll take a look at the Dell. In case I didn't show you, here's the back of the Dell. So there's the back of the Dell machine. There's that DVI port I was telling you about. Okay, so Vostro 430A. Apparently that's a model on the Dell. Yeah, in case you're wondering why these machines all look so clean, that's because I cleaned them out recently. You know, all of them did have a fair share of dust in them. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start this machine up and see how it runs. This thing probably has one of the flimsiest I/O shields I've ever seen. That thing feels like almost... That thing feels as thin as a freaking beer can. No, the beer can is thicker than that, actually. Get everything plugged up. I think this machine actually sat out in the shop at the place where this business is, so it got exposed to some pretty significant heat. But I see no failed caps on the motherboard, so that's a good thing. Again, I do like those Acer cases. Not very often that you find a name brand computer with that much expandability in its factory case. It's like the thing was just designed for being upgraded. Oh, this one has Windows 10 now. Maybe they upgraded it to Windows 10. Oh, finally we have the desktop. Jeez, that took a while. Like, what the heck? Even ClearType is disabled on this thing. Jeez. I'll definitely load up Crystal Disk Info on this one just to make sure our hard drive ain't failing. And to my surprise, our hard drive in this one is showing as good. I think what it is some of these older Seagate drives, they were pretty reliable, but they just were quite slow. I mean, the last machine we looked at, that Dell, I think had the exact same style hard drive in it, Seagate 250 gig, and it was just as slow. So, yeah. So anyways, all three of these machines seem to be working okay, with a couple of minor little issues, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this little video. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so, I'll be posting a video upgrading these three computers to the Ryzen 3 2200G. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Well guys, that's it for this one. But it doesn't have to be. There's plenty more videos on the channel to check out. Also, if you liked the video, please click the like button. And if you absolutely hated it, there is the alternative button as well. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate it. And remember to click the bell so that we get notified of all updates. Also, if you're interested in things aside from computers and technology, check out my second channel. It's CubeComp MTDX. Over there you'll find videos about weather, elevators, bicycling, and pretty much whatever else I figure out to upload. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for your support.